For most of my life I have been plagued by a very peculiar observation, one that is perhaps not shared by everyone, and yet it seems to be more fundamental than any other. This I would like to call the ridiculousness of being. I mean, think about it. How absurd is it that there exists a world with a nature and laws and matter and order? How inexplicable is it that one day, out of nowhere, you and I were thrown into existence, as if it were a mere condition of how things are? Is it not a mystery that anything is as it is and not in any other way, or even in no way, as total nothingness? We simply take it for granted that being a conscious creature with a complex nature is merely the normal way things are. And yet, upon reflection, I find this simple attitude to be the most ridiculous of them all. How can one not crave for an explanation of all this? How can one possibly be content with taking existence as a perfectly reasonable condition? That instead of nothingness, this particular kind of being is to be necessary. That is the proposition that amazes and confuses me, because it seems to inadvertently create the question of why. Why this particular play and no other? Why this miraculous conception of thingness? Why a nature such as this? In our age, these questions are often glossed over or explained away as illegitimate. The effect of logical positivism and other philosophies in the analytical tradition has made people forget about the immediacy of these questions. Metaphysical thinking is seen as unscientific and is often demonized, which, as a stance, makes metaphysical propositions in itself very conveniently, despite swearing to be fully against them. Of course, I do not expect to find the perfect, complete metaphysical system that fully explains the ridiculousness of existence. But just a deep reflection and understanding of the problem makes the human mind wonder. It makes us more likely to get our appropriate relationship with the world and understand what our role in it should be. Because people act very differently under a worldview that sees existence as a given, compared to one where it is seen as at the very least a mystery, if not a miracle. To some people, the ridiculousness of being constitutes a reason for belief in some divine order or intention. To others, it merely stimulates a certain kind of absurdity, a joyful surprise at one's own state of being present within a world that is such and such. But no matter what, it seems to me that our beliefs and attitudes towards this aspect of life should play a significant role in our belief systems, for it is not only an issue that is by nature fundamental, but it is also completely inescapable once one understands its meaning and its consequences. Cynicism and nihilism are both predicated on the ideas that nothing is valuable, that nothing is transcendentally important, and that everything always follows a monotonous and unimportant road. However, I see no way that one can truly grasp the thrownness of being alive and the inexplicably ordered world around us without losing that sense of cynicism, which is funny because oftentimes the cold and nihilistic outlook of life is seen as wiser than the one that's filled with wonder and mystery. But in reality, it is those who are cynical and those who see everything as normal and expected that are unwise and blissfully ignorant. Thank you for watching this video, and consider subscribing to my channel. See you on the next one.